Hey everyone, so in this video we are going to talk about the importance of fat for building muscle. Now there's a common notion saying that fat is bad. It basically has a very bad reputation, which led to a fat-free diet all over the place. Now let's dwell into it and understand how practical this approach is. Now before I talk about good fats, bad fats and how they impact your muscle growth, I want you to know that 60% of your brain is actually made of fat, and that tells how important fat is. Of course, there are good fats and bad fats, but when it comes to good fats like omega-3 fatty acids, they are very helpful to build certain important hormones in your body. Omega-3 fatty acids are also known to reduce inflammation. So you have to make sure that you get good amount of omega-3 fatty acids in your diet to suppress that inflammation and also produce certain anti-inflammatory hormones to fight against inflammation. Now when it comes to bad fat, one of the worst fats that you can introduce in your diet is trans fat. Now trans fat is basically found in all the fried food items in your restaurant or the chips that you eat. All these foods are actually mixed with trans fat. So you have to make sure that you avoid trans fat at any cost, because what happens is in the long run your liver has to struggle so much to break down this trans fat and you end up feeling sluggish right after you consume oily foods. Long-term consumption will actually clog up your arteries, and the clogged up arteries will actually lead to other heart diseases. So you have to make sure that you avoid trans fat and instead opt for healthy fats. So make sure that you opt for healthy oils like coconut oil, butter, ghee, flaxseed oil, olive oil. All these oils are actually healthy. Now when it comes to fat soluble vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, K, these are very important. No matter how nutritious or how healthy food that you eat, if you don't consume good amount of fat in your diet, you cannot absorb all these important nutrients. Now you need fat soluble vitamins for the conversion of amino acids into muscle tissues. So you have to make sure that you get good amount of all these fat soluble vitamins along with a good amount of diet that's rich in fat. Only then you can absorb these vitamins. So make sure that you add good amount of fat soluble vitamins and also healthy fats to your diet so that you can absorb it. Now when it comes to producing energy, you either get it from your carbohydrates or you consume fat. When you consume carbohydrates, you tend to spike your insulin because carbohydrates break down very quickly and they spike your blood sugar levels. So that's the very reason why you should limit your carbohydrate intake, because your body will actually use this glucose to produce energy, and loading up with a lot of carbohydrates will not help you preserve muscle, because this constant fluctuations in your blood sugar levels will actually prevent you from growing your muscles. Instead of opting for carbs, make sure that you introduce a lot of fat in your diet, because what happens is fats tend to break down at a very slow pace and this will not spike your insulin and your blood sugar levels will remain stable. What happens is once you start introducing a lot of fat in your diet, it will not only help you keep your blood sugar levels stable, but your body will actually switch from using glucose for energy to using fat for energy, so that your body will actually break down fat to produce energy. That way you will make sure that your muscle mass is preserved. So once you start including fat in your diet, fat will actually break down at a very slow pace, and this slow release of fat will actually prevent any sort of insulin spikes. That way your blood sugar levels will remain very stable and your body will actually burn fat to produce energy. And high fat diet also prevents the loss of muscle mass because your body depends on fat instead of glucose. So make sure that you include healthy fats in your diet. Now fat will not only keep your blood sugar levels stable, it will also prevent a condition called insulin resistance. Now insulin resistance is basically a condition wherein your cells will resist insulin. It will no longer allow the insulin to let the glucose enter your cell and you end up accumulating a lot of sugar in your blood. I want you to make sure that you include high fat diet so that you prevent any sort of insulin spikes and also normalize your blood sugar levels. So make sure that you include healthy fats in your diet. Hope this was informative. Thanks for watching.